I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Open up my eyes! I never misspelled anything! Not once, not one time!
Ewoks, the battle for Endor. Man, I'm so glad I decided to watch every single Star Wars film and review all of them, because I got to watch these two masterpieces. This film picks up with young Sindel from the previous film. Her family's still stranded on Endor, but this time around her dad has been replaced with a different actor. That's right, that's the asshole from Die Hard. And due to spending a lot of time with Sindel, Wicket can now speak English.
Wicket go to school.
Yes, you could come with us.
No. Ewok live here. Wicket family here.
Don't worry, I won't be gone forever. I'll come back and visit you as soon as I can.
Yes, yes! Cinder come back. Visit Wicket.
Now, these two Ewok films take place before Return of the Jedi. They were at some point in time considered canon. A few countries actually showed them in movie theaters, despite the fact that in the United States, they were both television movies. So it doesn't really make sense that Wicket would know how to speak English before he meets Leia in Return of the Jedi, because he would have understood exactly what she was saying, and he would have said more than Gunga. He would have been like, "Hi, I'm Wicket." And Leia would have been like, "Oh shit. Hi, I'm Leia." And it would have been like a, like a really cool scene. So the plot does start a lot faster with this one. Some Planet of the Apes looking dude and a woman who looks like a rejected Power Rangers villain attacks the family. And I'll give the Battle for Endor this. It starts faster than the other one. The plot is introduced and you actually feel like something's happening. There's a lot more action than Caravan of Courage and things are actually taking place and you're like, okay, this feels like kind of a movie. And pretty much right off the bat, Sindel's entire family gets murdered brutally by these Planet of the Apes looking guys. Her brother, her mom, and she's left with her dad, the asshole from Die Hard, and their reaction to their deaths isn't quite what you'd expect.
Are you alright, sweetheart?
Mm-hmm. Mommy and Mace, they're dead.
It's just kind of like, hey, our family's dead, what are we gonna do now? Whatever. Oh, Dad's dead too? Well, at least I have Wicket now. So Wicket and Sindel flee into the mountains, and inside a cave, Wicket finds bones and rocks and a small piece of cloth, and somehow with all of this, he's able to build a fully functioning paraglider. But then this thing attacks them and starts a chase with the paraglider. Whee! Now, for a lot of people, Jar Jar Binks is one of the most annoying characters in all of the Star Wars universe, myself included. But in this film, we're greeted with the appearance of the most derpy little gremlin creature that I have ever seen. This thing is going to haunt my dreams for the rest of my life. In the future, when I have children, I will show them this thing's face to terrify them into doing their chores and their homework. Every time that thing was on screen, I just wanted to reach into the screen and rip it apart. All that being said, the cinematic presence of one Wilford Brimley definitely improves the proceedings. Holy shit, Wilford Brimley's in this movie. I had no idea that he was in. I was watching, I was just like, Wilford Brimley? What?
I'm Wilford Brimley, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about diabetes.
And despite the presence of Wilford Brimley, they have to continuously remind us this is a movie made for kids because look, Wicket set his butt on fire! This film also contains the most terrifying shot of Wicket I have ever seen. He looks like a legit creeper. Like he would show up on the Endor sex offenders list for sure. Next, Sindel has a legitimate nightmare about being murdered, so that's interesting. It's almost like they were trying to make one of those dark children movie moments that Tim Burton did so well in Pee-wee Herman's Big Adventure. Stuff that, like, as a kid, you're watching it and you're like, oh my god, there's a scary part. Oh. Now, one of the most broken things about this movie is that these Planet of the Apes guys, I'm just going to keep calling them that. I know what they're called. I don't care. I'm calling them Planet of the Apes guys. They enslaved the entire Ewok village. They're trying to get this power source resuscitated. That's their goal. They want to get this battery back to work, I guess. And while all the Ewoks are enslaved, Wicket is with Sindel and Wilford Brimley and that derpy gremlin making pies. Like, for all Wicket knows, all of his family and friends, they're all being tortured and murdered. He's just making pies. It's probably because, and I don't blame him for this, he just really wanted to have apple pie with Wilford Brimley.
And I've eaten ice cream and apple pie, and I've done things I shouldn't do.
Now they spend pretty much the entire second act wandering around in the woods. And singing.
My star keeps me company and leads me through the night. My star watches over me and fills my dreams with light. Some things change, but something shines forever as they are. In the sky, shining high, my star.
So there's a witch of sorts that can turn into a bird. She leads Sindel to this Planet of the Apes place, and Wilford Brimley has to go full commando to rescue her. And he gets to the prison and helps all the Ewoks escape, leading to one of my favorite shots in the entire film. The Ewoks flee into the woods, and this stop-motion army follows them.
So, Sindel, you and a couple of your little friends there come with me, okay? And Wicket, you're in charge of the others.
Then Brimley puts Wicket in charge of everyone, only because Wicket is the only one he knows by name. For all he knows, he could be the dumbest Ewok in the entire village, and he just makes him the leader of everyone.
Eat your oatmeal, Wicket!
If you're on a low-fat, low-cholesterol diet, add Quaker oatmeal to it. Have it every day if you can. You see, oats has this special kind of fiber, and what it does, well, it helps lower your cholesterol.
So the battle for Endor finally starts, and Ewoks are swinging everywhere, and the derpy thing is running, and I guess stuff is happening, and so you can actually look at this and not feel like medically inducing sleep. Brimley gets behind a gun turret, and I think they just told him to improv stuff because he just starts saying shit and it doesn't really make any sense. Wicket gets strung up in a trap because, as I said, he should not be the leader of the Ewoks, and everyone has to then rescue him. And they didn't even bother making this bad guy's mouth animatronic. His lips don't even move. Ewoks, I don't like Ewoks. Ewoks suck. I'm the main bad guy from Battle for Endor. I don't like Ewoks. All that being said, this movie definitely taught me that I never knew I wanted a sword fight sequence with Wilford Brimley, but I'm glad that I got it. But my favorite part of the movie is when that stupid little derpy gremlin gets thrown. Oh, I love that so much. It's such a great part. In fact, it's funny. My favorite parts from both of these movies, Caravan of Courage and now Battle for Endor, the first one was when the one Ewok got crushed by falling rocks. This one's when that thing gets thrown into a fucking tree. But finally, Wicket proves me wrong when he throws something at the bad guy and it turns him into stone, and I can tell you that I definitely thought the story was very clear on what the hell just happened. There wasn't a single part of that out of left field. That all made perfect sense. So they fix their ship and they can leave, and the movie ends and everyone celebrates. Yay! I did it! I've reviewed every single Star Wars movie. It feels so good. Oh my god. Last Jedi is coming out very soon. That's one I haven't reviewed, but one I'm actually really looking forward to seeing. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.